next session started. Dr. K.P. Kumaran. It gives my great pleasure and the providing to introduce the chairperson, Dr. K.P. Kumaran, the join the next sessions. He has guided many UG and PG students to the excellence in their careers. He holds at the doctorate award in Annamalai University. Dr. Kumaran sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Joining session, sir.
Thank you, Professor Murthy, sir. Now I would like to thank on behalf of Department of English in College of Muhammad Sadaq Arts and Science College. It gives wonderful opportunity for attend 2 days international seminar. It is successfully is going, no doubt. You know that very essentially at our south India, one of the biggest state in Tamil Nadu. So a warm welcome those who are participated in the 2 days international seminar. The topic, so many participations are participate in the sessions 2 to 4 meetings. I represent you as a chairman person, sir. On science, I thank to one and all. Thank you, sir. Now I call.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, shall I start, sir? Shall I start? Students are there. Sir, could you hearing my voice, Professor Murthy, sir? Sir, Professor Murthy, sir. Could you hearing my words, sir? Shall I start my session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, I follow the schedule.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Now I call upon Dr. Karavi Burman and Dr. Kasturi Bora, Assistant Professor in NEFE Law College, Guwahati from Assam. The topic is General Justice in India in light of gender equality laws and overview. Okay, can you start your paper presentations?
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Dr. Kasturi Bora, Assistant Professor, MEF Law College, Guwahati, Assam, and I am here to present a joint paper prepared along with my colleague, Dr. Karavi Burman. The title of our paper is Gender Justice in India in Light of Gender Equality Laws and Overview. So I'd like to share my screen. Sir, am I audible?
Clearly. Okay, continue.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, the principle of gender equality is enshrined in the Constitution of India in its preamble, fundamental rights, and directive principles of state policy. Further, there are various legislations in India which not only aim to remove inequalities, but also empower women in the contemporary scenario. The main objective of our paper is to bring home the fact that the initiatives of the legislature and judiciary have left no stone unturned to create a positive environment and thereby strengthen the legal system aimed at elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. The paper portrays on the gap in the implementation part and stresses on the point that it is the need of the hour to focus on the joint accountability of the vital organs of the government to uplift the scenario and strive towards the betterment in all spheres. So there are various constitutional provisions for protection of gender equality. A few articles that combat gender equality are Article 14, that mandates the state to provide equality before law and equal protection of law towards all persons in the territory of India. Every individual, including men and women, should be treated with dignity and equal protection. Article 15, Clause 1 mandates the state to not segregate towards any person on the sole basis of sex, ethnicity, race, nationality, caste, or any of them. Article 15, Clause 3 mandates the state to prepare some special arrangement to benefit children and women. Article 15, Clause 3 supports discussions at promoting women and children by laws such as Children's Sexual Harassment Law, the Domestic Violence Act, Workplace Harassment Law, Sexual Abuse Legislation, and so forth. We also have lot of articles like Article 16, Article 16 Clause 1, Article 16 Clause 2, Article 39 Clause A, Article 39 Clause D, Article 42, Article 46, Article 243D Clause 3, Article 243 Clause 4. But due to time constraint, we shall now lay emphasis on protection of women in India through the lenses of judiciary. Since our paper is on gender equality, so we shall put our focus on the protection of women in India through the lenses of judiciary. So first, the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013. So this amendment recognized several new offences, including acid attack, stalking, attempt to disrobe a woman, sexual harassment, and sexual assault, which causes death or injury, causing a person to be in persistent vegetative state. We also have the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act 2017. This act raised the maternity leave from 12 weeks to 26 weeks. The prenatal leave in this case remained 6 weeks as it was prior. The act further provided for adoption leave of 12 weeks for a woman who adopts a child under the age of 3 months. A commissioning mother is also entitled to a 12-week leave from the date the child is handed over to her. Female civil servants are entitled to maternity leave for a period of 180 days for 2 live-born children. The Act further provides an employer to inform a woman worker to her right under the Act at the time of her appointment. The information must be given in writing and in electronic form. We then move to triple talaq. This concept of triple talaq created hue and cry among the Muslim community, but the ambiguities that were going on in the name of personal laws was well addressed in the form of the judiciary by striking down instant triple talaq as unconstitutional. We will then focus on the Sabarimala issue. This issue was really an attack on the constitutional spirit of Article 15, Clause 3, which emphasized on giving protection to the female pope. The spirit of constitutionalism was shaken with the ideology of depriving women into the religious ceremonies inside the temple. The judgment brought the attention of the major concerns. They were altogether dealt with different manner by the Supreme Court. The very tradition of barring the women into the temple is violative of fundamental rights and freedom of women. This very tradition is against the spirit of Article 14, 15, 17, and 25. This tradition not only shows them unequal to men in the eyes of the society, discriminates with them and takes away their right to practice their religion, but it also violates their right to privacy under Article 21 of the Constitution, as it involves involuntary disclosure of their menstrual details. We finally moved to women's reservation bill. So, women's reservation bill is a pending bill in India. It proposes to amend the Constitution of India to reserve 33% of all seats in the lower house of Parliament of India, the Lok Sabha, and in all state legislative assemblies for women. The upper house Rajya Sabha passed the bill on 9th March 2010. As of February 2014, the lower house Lok Sabha has not yet voted on the bill. If the Lok Sabha were to approve the bill, it would have to be passed by half of India's state legislatures and signed by the president. Um, Finally, I would like to conclude that it is really a matter of deep concern that despite the various attempts made by the three-tier system of government, which includes legislature, executive, and judiciary, the position of women is degraded and there is barely any chance of equality status. The community service plays an important role, and proper education and awareness would definitely leave no stone unturned to unravel the possibilities and make a better world for the entire human race. The main focus should be given on implementation of the laws. If laws are implemented well and the monitoring system is effective, the mandate of a welfare state can be achieved in real sense of the term. So thank you so much for patiently listening to the conversation, the presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good, good presentation, Dr. Karvi Burman. Okay, excellent topic. Is very trending of in current contemporary in Indian politics and law. Very good. Gender justice in India, a light of gender equality laws and overview. Very good. Just
Thank you so much.
I would like to okay. Very good. Just I would like to ask one questions. According by the Indian politics or Indian constituencies, having any lack of empowerment of in women, a lack of empowerment in women.
Sir, actually, this
Could you
recently
understand my question, Dr.
yes, yes, yes.
Karvin Parman? Could you understand my question?
Sir, this is Dr. Kasturi Bora presenting for today's paper. I'm the co-author, sir. I'm presenting today. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, there are a lot of laws coming up. Lots of laws have been enacted, but there is no one actually to monitor whether these laws have been implemented or not. And with our paper, we are trying to bring into light that an effective monitoring system is required in our country, so that laws are not only made but also implemented. For women empowerment, so many laws are coming up. But our emphasis is on actually the monitoring system, whether these laws are being implemented properly or not. So we are focusing more on that stuff.
Okay. Very good. All the best. All the best.
Thank
Very
you
good.
so much,
Very good.
sir. It was a
Okay.
pleasure.
Congratulations. Very good presentations. Okay. Now,
Thank you.
a second candidate, I would like to call upon Mohat Adris, a research scholar, Department of Comparative Language and Culture from Bhopal. The topic is evolution and the place of Gothic fiction in modern society.
Hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Mohat Adris.
Thank you, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to introduce myself to all the listeners here. I am Muhammad
Okay.
Idris, research scholar from Department of Comparative Languages and Culture, Barkutala University, Bhopal. Currently, I am pursuing my PhD under the supervision of Dr. A.K. Paliwal, sir. So it's my third year for my PhD. I have a little request here, as I'm not presenting my PPT here. It's all because, sir, actually, this time I am out of my home. It is already in my
No,
laptop. I can here
no, no.
one. Hello.
Okay, no problem. What is you having any materials or your thoughts? Just you share, just you
Okay. Okay. Fine.
deliver in the
Okay. Fine.
sessions. No problem. Okay, continue.
Okay. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
okay.
So, my topic is uh, evolution and place of Gothic literature in modern society. So, firstly, I would like to comment on Gothic literature. Formally, as we see, Gothic literature came in 18th century with Horace Walpole's work, The Castle of Otranto, in 1764. But this is not the exact period or exact, we can say, date when Gothic literature or Gothicism came into existence. So, as we understand Gothicism or Gothic, it is basically a fear, a blend of mystery and romance, supernatural elements are there, devil forces are there. So all these things combinedly make some goth. So Gothic or Gothicism is as old as time immemorial. We can say it came into this world, or it came into existence as the man itself came to this planet. So formally, Gothicism or Gothic literature or Gothic fiction is, we can say, um, uh, linked to Horace Walpole's work, The Castle of Otranto. So the first pioneer of Gothic literature is Anne Radcliffe. Anne Radcliffe was a British writer, novelist. She has made a great contribution in the field of Gothic literature. She has written five novels in her lifetime, and one of her novel was posthumous, which got published after her death. So the novels through which she came into limelight, or she came into the eyes of public, or she came into the recognition and admiration, or the mysteries of the Odelpo, the romance of the forest. So these were the novels which came before romanticism, before the period of romanticism. It is actually second half of 18th century, which came before romanticism. So as we were heading towards 19th century, there came a moment in England, that is romantic moment. So some of the writers from romantic period also choose their themes, elements, and characteristics related to Gothicism. As we have read Kubla Khan, St. Samuel Taylor Coleridge's one of the finest poem, along with collaboration with this William Wordsworth. This got published in Lyrical Ballads in 1800, 1798, basically. So in Kubla Khan, we are seeing that he has also presented some of the elements or traits or characteristics of Gothicism or Gothic. We can say these Gothic type of characteristics were being found in this particular poem. So when we were heading more into the second half or first half of 19th century, Mary Frankenstein came there. Mary Shelley came there. She wrote a work that is Frankenstein. That is also a Gothic work, a scientific work. In her work, she presented a vampire, we can say human-made or man-made uh, vampire who got vanished, who went on rampage, who went on killing people, who went on making evil acts and actions. So this was the initial or beginning period or story of Gothicism or Gothic fiction. Along with these writers, when we were approaching towards 19th century, the writers of this Victorian period, the writers, basically the novelists of Victorian period, the Victorian period, which got started in 1837 until it remained 1901. So mostly the novelists, we can say Charles Dickens, he has also taken these Gothic elements or characteristics in his writings. In Pickwick Paper, we see, in Dombey and Son, we see. So there are a lot of works, lot of examples there in his work where we can see Gothic elements. Now, my this topic is evolution and place of Gothic fiction in modern society. Here, in today's period in modern society, nobody will believe or nobody will trust those things, those evil things, those, we can say, there is some supernatural force, there is some supernatural element or action is there which we can believe. Everybody, every person, every human being today believes on some specific. We need proofs for things, as we have technology, as we have science there, as we need logic, as we need reason for all those things to get accepted. But still we are seeing that this particular genre of literature is quite and beautifully witnessing the admiration and recognition all over the world, as in the field of media, as in the field of cinema. Basically, we can say there are movies, there are dramas, there are certain series which people are witnessing, which people are enjoying, which have the characteristics of Gothicism. So it's not the question that people in modern society are quietly are completely denying any such things which are related to Gothicism. People still believe in Goth. People still believe in Gothic fiction. So the we can understand the journey of Gothic system doesn't come to any end, even in this age of science and technology. So this was the journey of Gothic literature, Gothic fiction, and how it came from formally from 18th century, and it passed down to 19th and 20th century. Then it came to 21st century. So we can't deny that it has no place or relevance in modern society. Modern society being modern, modern society being scientific in temper, in logic, in outlook, but still believes in the things of supernatural beings, of fear, of tension, of such certain things. So this was this is not I can admit this is not the complete thing which I was supposed to present here, but I have tried this here while I am walking back to my home. I am having this mobile phone in my hand and I am presenting this to my listeners. So if any questions.
Okay, very good. Mohammed agrees. Your topic is very excellent. Your presentation is very good.
Thank you, sir.
You able to convey for the old versions of Gothic, right? The Gothic fictions
Thank you, sir.
is amplified by most of the Gothic writers in English literature in
Yes, sir.
12th century, medieval age, like
Medieval
that
period also.
period of pseudo medieval period.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Your topic is as well as I think, right. I just
Yes, sir.
one doubt.
Sir.
It's my simple question to you, Mr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mohammed Adris.
Yes, sir.
All the best for successfully you will be completed your doctorate degree. Successfully you are doing your PhD. Okay, just a
Thank
simple
you very
question,
much.
sir. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes.
Sorry, sir. Please,
Simple,
can you repeat
simple.
again?
Just say the answer. Objective type, sir.
Okay, sir.
What is the purpose of Gothic writing theory? What is the purpose
What
of
is
Gothic novels? Purpose
at
or
present?
useful?
Okay, at present time, or we can say in the past.
Yes.
So
Present,
at
present,
present time,
present.
the purpose. Okay, fine, sir. I will try to comment on this. The purpose of Gothic writing or Gothic fiction at present time. This is your question, basically.
Yes, yes.
Sir, we are seeing that we have number of writers who used to uh, take this genre of writing into their literature. Fine.
Okay.
So the question is, if there isn't any acceptability of this type of writing in the society, why should the writers write?
Very good,
The
very good, very
writers
good.
write the
Very good.
writers write those things which have acceptability in the society. The writers portray those picture of the society which is there in the society. So
Very good,
Gothicism
very
is
good.
somewhere in our minds and hearts in society. That's why writers are writing. That's why I am presenting this here.
Okay. Okay, very good, very good, very good.
Thank you,
Very
sir.
good. All the best. All the best. Very good.
Thank you very
Very
much.
good.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Now, I call upon R. Sudhakar, a research scholar, Lakshmi Ammal Polytechnic College, Thoothukudi district from Tamil Nadu. The topic is literature and society plays a vital role in Ruskin Bond works.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Sir, sir, I'm audible, sir.
I can audible. Okay.
Yes,
Proceed. Proceed. Proceed.
yes, sir.
You can proceed.
But I had some disturbance in the mic, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm Sudhakar. I'm doing research in Madurai Kamaraj University. My field of study is Indian writing in English. In this field, I took Ruskin Bond as an author, Indian ethos and children's world in the short stories of Ruskin Bond. This is my research work. At present, I took Ruskin Bond as part of my seminar paper. That is, topic is literature and society plays a vital role in Ruskin Bond works. I think all of them have known Ruskin Bond. His famous quotation that the man who has made place in every person's heart. And another one is read as early as you can, you will never regret it. He says that we have to read continuously. That will help us to follow something. In our literature, I think all of them have known Francis Bacon. He is a famous essayist. He says that reading maketh the perfect man. So reading a habit is very good in our life. That the same thing in the another quotation, the man who has made place in every person's heart. We must be in every person's heart in our lifetime. That is the best thing. I also feel like that. Okay. Right. We will go into the paper introduction. In the introduction, he's Indian author, but from British descent. I think all of them have known. So he's a very famous Indian author. He's famous for his short stories. He has written more than 1,000 short stories. He was born in Kaswali, Himachal Pradesh on 19th May 1934. He completed his school education at Bishop Cotton School in Simla. He got three famous awards. One is Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for his work Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. And he has got two famous awards. One is Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. To honor of his work, our Indian government has given the award that. He is one among the icons in Indian writers because all of them have written many works, but he is very famous for children's work. So that's why I say that he is a very famous author and also a top novelist. At present, he lives with his adopted family in Landor, Missouri. And now another one famous one thing is he is a living writer. So I also very proud to take a part of his work. Now we can go into that his notable works. I would like to say some notable works. I divided into two parts. One is novels and another one is short stories. His novels, I think I already have told that he got a Sagrati Academy Award for Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. And another one is Just on the Mountain, The Great Train Journey, Gracie Times with Uncle Ken, The Sensualist, The Session of Host, Grandfather's Private Shoe, Children of India. So this is his novels. The Blue Umbrella, it is his first short story. And The Thief, The Cherry Tree, Post Trouble, Cricket for Crocodile, The Night Train at Lioli, The Tiger in the Tunnel, Time Stops at Shamli. This is his short stories. So I divided into two parts because he has written many novels and many short stories, but I have given a few of them. I want to share my page, his novels and short stories. This is just a cover page of the novels. Ruskin Bond, Dust on the Mountain, Ruskin Bond, Grandfather's Private Shoe. The another one is Ruskin Bond, Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. I have already told that Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra is for giving a Sahitya Academy Award for Ruskin Bond lifetime. Okay. I would like to say some theme of Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. It's a collection of short stories by Ruskin Bond. Each story tracing his life from childhood to adulthood. We always facing many problems from childhood to end of the adulthood. So that thing is telling in the story of Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. The writer's journey begins from Java and reaches India with cities like Bombay, Delhi, and family growling in the Himalayas. Most of his stories is based on the hill of Himalayas. So this is also the main thing in the story in the novel Our Trees Still Grow in Tegra. And another novel, Grandfather's Private Shoe. This is a very famous one. I think all of them have known that. In this novel, the private shoe is made by the grandfather of the narrator, and that is not supported by the grandmother of the narrator. So all the things happening in our family also. We also do something at our home, but if anybody doesn't like that thing, our people also do not support us. So that the same thing happened in the grandfather's private shoe also, right? Because the narrator's mother think that we should not make any harmful matter to the animal. We should not do any trouble to the animal. But they are running very smoothly. She like thinking like that. But the narrator had empathy towards animals. He had empathy. So they thought that animals also part of their life. Everybody have known that. In our home also, we also have pet animals like a cat and a dog. Those things also we are grow up in our life, in our home. Some of them have think that it is disturb our life, and also it gives some disease to us. Not like that, but at our home we didn't do anything like that. Right. Final one is in the novel Dust on the Mountain. It is also a collected stories. This novel subtly highlights the given grim uses of deforestation. Nowadays, deforestation is a usual one because we are the people. We want to live in broad area, so we cut the trees and do some other things like making home or doing some other thing. In this novel, deforestation is the main thing, because deforestation on the mountains in the wake of modernization. We think that this is called modernization. I humbly request all the people, we should not do that, because mountain, trees, and all the things are helping us to live a very happy life. If we do something against the mountain or against the forest, that will give a greatest solution, greatest danger in the final part of our life. So we have to save the mountain, save the trees, and at the same time, uh, most of the people are cutting the trees for production of timber or wood, or making room for our life. So that thing we should not do in our life. We have to save our trees, like, right. And the next page is cover page of our short stories. First one is Ruskin Bond, Blue Umbrella. I think all of them have heard about the Blue Umbrella. It is a very famous story by Ruskin Bond. It gives the value lessons about human goodness and kindness. I think I would like to say some matter about the Blue Umbrella. One girl, Binaya, is living in the village. She's a very cute and a young girl. She always go to shop to buy something from there. At that time, she goes by Blue Umbrella to the shop. There, the one person visit at the shop. He likes that umbrella, so he asks that umbrella from the Binaya. At first, she refuses to give that. Finally, she thinks that she would like to give the umbrella. So she give to the umbrella. She give the umbrella to that man. Finally, the story tells that by doing something is not a great one. Instead of, we have to give something to the people that will give the happiness to our life. So this is a very small story, but it gives a valuable message to us. Don't try to get it from others instead of giving something to others. That is a good thing. I also feel like that, because if you want to be a happy man, you give it to others. You may the session or the situation will make you a very happy people. Okay. And another one is Cricket for Crocodile. It's a very interesting short story. The story revolving around the crocodile. Crocodile is the hero of the short story. The relationship between animals and human beings. It tells about the relationship between animals and human beings. It is a very interesting short story. Some of the children playing in the ground nearby the river bank. Crocodile is there. So it also took part in the short story. So it is a very interesting one. And another one is the Cherry Tree by Ruskin Bond. It is a very interesting one. And the moral of the story is, to grow, you need to keep moving, despite all the difficulties life throws at you. We are having so many problems in our life, but we do not think about anything. We have to go forward, then only we can get success. The story also tells the same moral point to us. So we think that it is all the stories are very short stories, but it gives a very valuable message. We the people should follow that thing, right? Next, I would like to say various genres in his writing. He has written many genres, but I have mentioned 4 genres here. One is literature, and another one is society and nature and children. Main thing is in his short stories and novels, he describe about children and nature very specifically. But I mentioned literature and society for my seminar paper. He mentioned that thing also in his short stories and novels. Okay, right. First, we have to analyze how he given the point about literature in his works. Literature is a main thing in the work. His contribution to literature much more, and literature plays an important role in the work of Ruskin Bond. because he thinks that it carries our values, beliefs, cultural, society, and moral sensibilities. And for literature, he got two awards. One is Haley Literature Prize, and another is Irwin Divining Prize. The man has helped in increasing literature knowledge of Indian children. He thinks that our literature will increase the knowledge of Indian children. His writing style is very simple, so simple anybody can easily read and understand his writings. That is the specific thing I would like to say in this literature work, because he is a very simple and elegant writer. That's why anybody can read his short stories and novels very easily. He mainly concentrated children in his writing, so he's considered as a unique children's writer. He's one of the children's writer. Basically, literature promotes his stories in a higher level. So that is the specific thing I would like to say here. It carries, already I have told, carries our values, beliefs in cultural, society, and moral sensibilities. His works not only liked by the story, not only liked by the children, but all the people of world, all the people of India, or they like very much his stories. Right. I think literature in his works, I think we will wind up on that. Next, another one is society in his works. Society is a very important role in a human life, because without society we can't survive in our world. I feel like that, because we have to depend all the person. Depending the person only, we live very happily. Without to depend others, we should not do anything. Even if you want to go to shop, we have to depend the person who is running the shop. So depending the person is the society. I feel like that. In this thing, I would like to point out the society. He point out the society in a right way. Through his writing, he discussed various social, ethical, economical issues. Bond exposes improper conduct of adults in our society. Why he has written more stories to children means the children are going in a very wrong way, means his stories or his novels will teach the good lesson to the children. That will help the children to go in a right way. Bond presents a perfect balance of social reality and pursuit in his novellas. His works equally intriguing and present the true picture of Indian society, where adults are victims of incompatible marriage, tradition, and economical and social problems. So this is the main thing in society in his works. Moreover, he feels that literature reflects society. So that's a thing here happened. And another genre is nature in his works. Already I told in the introduction, nature and children is the main part of his works, because he has written for children and nature. His writings mainly depend on nature. Most of his short stories had a title related with nature. So if you search any title to the Ruskin Bond work, mainly it related with nature point. Bond's description of the natural surroundings of northern India and the foothills of the chain of mountains have a romantic beauty. He stressed the friendship between man and nature. I already told that we should not have a friendship with only animal. We should have a friendship with the nature also, because without nature we cannot survive. Uh, we should have a bond with the nature. Then only we can survive in the world. He has a sympathy in the direction of nature due to the fact of the merciless nature of human beings in opposition to nature. Most of the people have cut the trees and do something against nature. In the Ruskin Bond works, he always stress the point: we should not do against the nature, because nature gives more things to us. And another genre is children's works. Already I told that children is the main point of Ruskin Bond works. He particularly has an attention on children in each works due to the fact he liked children. Basically, he had many trouble in his childhood. That's why he written many stories to children. Ruskin Bond came close to children's literature since Ruskin Bond liked his boyhood very much. Therefore, all the children's stories, whether autobiographical or semi-biographical, expressed his longing for a happy childhood because he had a problem in his childhood. That's why he's longing. He's longing for happiness. That's why he has written many stories to children. Ruskin Bond liked children because they are more frank. I always told in my home also, if I'm saying anything to my child, don't say to your mother or don't say to your grandmother or grandfather. If I say that like that means he at that time he say that yes sir, yes father. I do not say, I never say like that. But after I went out from that, he opens all the matter to his mother and also grandmother. So that's why I say that children are more frank. He gives a message to the society through his short stories. The message only makes the children in a proper way. He thinks like that. So he's remembering by children and people of all over the world.
Mr. Very good, Mr. Sudhakaran. Mr. Sudhakaran. Yes, very good presentation. Yes, okay, very good. Your presentation is very good.
Sir,
it's to learn. It's no problem.
Stories into movies, sir. Sir,
okay.
Two stories made into a movie. One is Susanna's Seven Husbands, another one is Flight of Pigeons. This is the thing, sir. I would like to conclude with the this session. He works must be remembered and appreciated by people, sir. Thank you for the presentation, sir. I would like to thank my relation, Miss Dr. Muthulakshmi, and my family members in this session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Very good. Your presentation is very good. Clearly, neatly, elaborately told. Okay. No problems. I think just one questions. Basically, Ruskin Bond is the nature and the element of empowerment of students and the children's life.
Yes, sir.
He declared the two way of life his approaches. One is nature, one is society. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is a simple answer. You can tell that simply.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me any major element in nature and society in the more of his works in Himalaya or the blue of umbrella? Any one character, specific character? It has to be changed. Any things in environmentals?
So in blue umbrella, I already have told that Vinay is a very good character.
Okay.
Take many part in that novel. In that short
Okay. Very good. Enough.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Okay, all the best. Okay. Next topic is structuralism, a new approach to language and literature. Is going to be presented by Dr. M. Kalai Nadiyal, Head, Department of English, Muhammad Sadaq, College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Ma'am, are you present?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Yes.
Shall I start, sir?
Okay. Start.
Yes, thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Thank you so much, KP Kumaran, sir, for giving me an opportunity to talk about this topic.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. One of the major ideas that influenced and transformed the perspectives of literature was structuralism. So the concept of structuralism is found in all aspects, from the basic elements of the earth to the cosmic elements of this universe. So the structuralism is the core of all kinds of forms, both literal and metaphorical. The structure of a concept always decides the nature of its futures. So, my paper, Structuralism, a new approach to the language and literature, is a minor attempt to analyze and the relation of structuralism with various other factors on earth. So, I will try to justify my topic to my level. The intellectual movement of structuralism had its origin during the 1950s in the magnificent land of arts and creative thinking, France. So there were signs of structuralism found in the writings of the Claude Lévi-Strauss and Roland Barthes. During the time, structuralism in literature brought forth a different philosophy in perspective of things. It explained the new concept of viewing or seeking things from an opposite or adjacent angles. A famous theory of chicken and the egg circulated among the literary critics, which offered an explanation that the meaning always lies outside and not inside. In the examination of literature with the tool of structuralism, one can find such concept of chicken and egg. Two different stories might have a similar ending, and it will be considered by general critics as one which is a variant of the other. But in the perspective and terms of a structuralist, the plot and the ending will be seen as a reverse phenomenon. They would have arrived to this conclusion by uncovering the structure of the story than the original intention of the author. Due to such controversial nature, structuralism was initially rejected by the British and the Americans. One can find such aspect in the work of Roland Barthes' Death of the Author, where he explains that the author should exclude himself while writing his book. Barthes states that the author should not bring his own thoughts and ideas in his book to be given to the readers. He even goes to the length of giving examples of three great books, the Bhagavad Gita, the Holy Quran, and the Holy Bible, which were not projecting the author's mind, but giving what should be in general. So particular to general is always very, very important in the structuralism concept. When applied to the language, structuralism draws attention on the meanings of words that relate with certain terminologies. Though Claude and Barthes had emphasized this concept in France upon structuralism, Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure is considered to be the father of structuralism. Ferdinand explained the patterns and functions of the language and the relationship of words with its meaning implied. He said the meanings are always arbitrary, like the word hut. In general idea, that word refers to a humble dwelling place, but it does not in any way signify the meaning or association. Hence, he calls it always as arbitrary. Ferdinand also states that meanings are relational too. The reference of the words hut and shed could be identical. One word could refer the other in terms of appearance and size. They could be related, but in meaning, it does not have any relation. Similarly, day and night are related, though they are the same. Words like man and woman, girl and boy are also related, but refer to different species. Every word has an equivalent without which the nature of one cannot be felt. Saussure went on to say that the human mind has constructed meanings out of the material things and the subjective ideas. A same person always will do a particular work, could be viewed in two different connotations. For example, like a freedom fighter as opposed to a terrorist. So both are always doing the same work, but in different perspective. Saussure has given the theory of the signifier and the signified while explaining the theories where signifier refers to the sound of the word and the signified always refers to the meaning. As it does in the language, structuralism defines the existence of the similar and contrasting nature in literature. Claude Lévi-Strauss applied this technique to identify the quality in mythologies. He stated that the story in a mythology cannot be properly interpreted without understanding the whole bunch of tales associated with it. To draw my conclusion, I would like to state that though structuralism has different panoramic angles as viewed from different critics of different nationalities as an aspect with positive solutions or ineffective theories, it still provides novel approaches to analyze certain important factors in language and literature. Thank you so much, sir.
Hello? Ma'am, what happened?
Who is this man? Yes, hello.
Professor Murthy, what happened? Ma'am is going to conduct the toppers, but they're able to, she could present.
Sir, next presenter announced.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's due to technically errors. Our HOD is, could not continue his purpose. Now I call upon,
Okay, sir.
and I call upon the last candidate, I think, in the sessions, Sonia Sundriya, and
Take on.
Dr. Smita Devi, PhD research scholar, Department of English, LU India, a constructive study of character of Draupadi in Amrita Patali's graphic novel Spartic. Okay. All the best. Present your paper.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
Yes.
my topic is Decoding Mahabharata, a deconstructive study.
Sonia, one second.
What is that?
Sir, 10 minutes.
Sir, tell me, sir.
10 minutes
Sir,
complete
okay,
பண்ண
okay,
சொல்லுங்க
okay.
சார். Okay, sir.
Okay.
May I?
Okay, very good. Please.
Yes.
Sumita Devi. It's all the best. Okay, all the best. Just sorry for the information. We haven't any lot of more sessions. We have to complete within 5 or 10 minutes, please. It's cumulatively correctly. Yes, welcome, Professor. Okay, thank you. Shortly elaborate. Okay, thank you.
The topic of my presentation is Decoding Mahabharata, a deconstructive study of character of Draupadi in Amrita Patil's graphic novel Soptic. So graphic novel, I will talk about graphic novels. Graphic novel is the amalgamation of images and the text. That is, it conveys us the messages through the usage of words and images together, right? So now what we see that Mahabharat, we have number of versions of Mahabharat in Indian history, and they all talk about Pandavas and Kauravas and their heroism. But these versions represent the woman as weak and dependent. So I have chosen to highlight the character of Draupadi in this paper because nobody has talked about the woman in this epic, the Mahabharat. I will highlight the mental stress that Draupadi went throughout her entire life. So basically, patriarchy was also present at this time because nobody has talked about women. So patriarchy, as we all know, that it is women's subjection to men, and it actually dominates women. Yeah. So this is patriarchy, and I have also chosen to deconstruct this work, that is the Mahabharata. So what is deconstruction? It is basically finding the hidden meanings from a text. Deconstruction says that nothing is stable, not even the meaning of a text is stable. That's why I have chosen deconstruction. I am deconstructing the Mahabharata, and I am finding and I am focusing on the dominant characters that were not talked about earlier. And as I've said, graphic novels, they are amalgamation of words and images. So, and also they are becoming very popular these days because they are taking contemporary serious issues. They are talking about contemporary issues like patriarchy, feminism, and environmental issues. All sorts of issues are being discussed in graphic novels. So this novel that I am talking about is Soptic. It is based on Mahabharata, and it is graphic version of Mahabharata, if I say. And here, yeah, it has talked about Kauravas, Pandavas, and but they have ignored Draupadi, Kunti, Sita, and all the women characters. So I will directly come to the predicament of Draupadi, where she is not portrayed as the other characters, other male characters, because when her husbands, she got married to five men, the Pandavas, five Pandavas, but she was not allowed to talk about her heart because nobody asked her decision whether she wants to marry or not. She is she is not allowed to marry other men, but her five husbands gets married to other women. Amrita Patil portrays the agony of Draupadi when Arjun gets married to Subhadra, but still Draupadi was not allowed to uh, ask Arjun why he has done this and all these things. Also, she was not allowed to go to the war and tell them that what why they are doing it. And Draupadi had to remain just loyal to her husband. She cannot ask anyone about the they did to her at the dice game of dice. She was not allowed to ask the male society because she was dominant at that time. So I will conclude this discussion by saying that Amrita Patil portrays in this novel, she portrays the oppression that women endured in ancient times, and also she highlights the woman's fight against gender injustice, and also how she deconstructs this binary between man and woman, where man is always privileged but women are underprivileged. Amrita Patil deconstructs this binary of man and woman, and she talks about Draupadi and breaks this binary. Thank you so much.